Mr. Chair, distinguished members of the panel, distinguished delegates, namaste and warm greetings. It is my great honor to represent Nepal in this crucial discussion on nutrition and development. Nutrition is not only the core of the SDG 2, which is zero hunger, but a critical enabler of every sustainable development goal, as it is the very foundation for life, a productive workforce and economic growth. Nutrition is the enabler of good health, quality education, gender equality, and the resilience and reduced inequalities. For countries like mine, LDC, LLDC, and climate vulnerable mountainous nations and SIDS, emphasis on this critical sectoral agenda is imperative. Over the past 2 decades, Nepal has made notable progress in nutrition parameters. Child stunting has declined from 57% to 25%, underweight decreased from 42% to 24%, and child wasting from 15 to 8%. Our global hunger index score has dropped from 37 in 2000 to 22.4 in 2024. These are not just statistics. They are the result of strong political commitment, community engagement, and coordinated efforts across sectors. Getting into the specific question directed at me, Nepal has adopted a range of policy instruments to transfer its food systems, focusing on diversifying production, reducing food loss, and enhancing food safety, particularly for perishable nutritious foods. Nepal's constitution recognizes the right to food as a fundamental right. The Right to Food and Sovereignty Act 2018 provides a legal foundation for its realization. In line with this, we are implementing the Food Systems Transformation Strategic Plan 2022-2030, which is a country-led strategy developed in response to the UN Food Systems Summit, which promotes inclusive and resilient food systems aligned with our national and global commitments. Our Agricultural Development Strategy 2015-35 and 16th Periodic Plan, which is 2024 to 28-29, promote crop diversification and fortification, organic farming, and climate-smart technologies adoption. These strategies greatly focus on the revitalization of indigenous food systems and promote high-altitude crops like millet, barley, buckwheat, black beans, etc., which are well adapted to our mountainous ecology and rich in nutrients. These support both nutrition and biodiversity conservation. Through nutrition-sensitive agriculture, we are promoting production and consumption of diverse nutrition-rich foods, supporting homestead gardening and small-scale livestock farming, improving food safety and hygiene. Nepal is also putting hard efforts to promote collective farming, modernize post-harvest systems, value chain development, and improving the post-harvest infrastructure. We are also leveraging digital innovation, including early warning systems, advisory platforms, and market intelligence to minimize post-harvest losses and enhance smallholders' linkages to value chains. Our Food Safety and Quality Act, which was passed in 2024, and the Food Safety and Quality Control Policy help ensure safe and quality food through regulatory standards, lab surveillance, and consumer protection. We also have a separate consumer court to safeguard consumer rights, which also helps to ensure trust in local food systems. Production and supply are only half the equation. Nepal is consistently pursuing generation of greater consumer demands for healthy diets. Our National Nutrition Policy 2020, Food-Based Dietary Guidelines, and the Multi-Sector Nutrition Plan, the second edition, brings food-based interventions into health, education, and agriculture. Programs like vitamin A supplementation, the Golden 1,000 Days program, have reached millions of children and mothers across the country, contributing to the reduction of child mortality rates and undernutrition. Awareness and behavior change campaigns are being scaled up through school, media, health services to promote healthy eating habits. School-based curriculum, nutrition education is helping shift food preference towards fresh local produce. Our homegrown school feeding program exemplifies how nutrition education and local farming can come together in a virtuous cycle. Social protection programs, including child grants, further enable poor and vulnerable households to access nutritious food. However, our path is not without challenges. Youth migration continues to deplete our rural workforce, leading to the growing feminization of agriculture, where women bear increasing responsibilities without adequate support, as most of the policies were first framed to favor male farmers. Then also the human-wildlife conflict in hilly and mountainous region has become an increasing threat to livelihood and food security. Land fragmentation and barren land in the hills and mountains due to outmigration of male members of families increasing, and we are putting efforts to pilot land bank concepts and land and crop pooling, which needs to be expanded and systematized to enable cultural and agriculture diversification and for food production increments. Though Nepal has made strides in creating frameworks for equity, inclusion and equality in grassroots innovation, we, however, still lack access to modern sciences and advanced technologies such as AI, digital agricultural platforms and biotechnologies and precision tools which could modernize traditional farming, improve yields and reduce losses at a greater scale than is being currently practiced. These technologies are essential to attract youth back into agriculture, reduce drudgery and make farming more rewarding. Being a mountainous country, vulnerability to climate change is the most pressing challenge. Glacier retreat, erratic rainfall, extreme weather events and climate-induced disasters are increasingly threatening yields and livelihoods. Without urgent action, mountain farming and the ecosystems it supports will only deteriorate. Creating demand for healthy and nutritious food is not without its challenges. In the world of attractive and global marketing by the junk food industry, we have instances of mothers selling eggs to buy instant noodles and other processed foods. Awareness building and education at a more maximized level is required for behavior change programs. Recently, Excellency, Nepal hosted the Sagarmatha Sambad, which was a global dialogue on climate and mountains. We call for innovative grant-based climate financing to protect agriculture and food systems in fragile ecologies like ours. Ladies and gentlemen, Nepal's strategic geopolitical location between two of the world's largest markets offers a unique opportunity to harness its agricultural potential for regional trade and economic growth, as well as for improving our own nutritional status. With diverse agroclimatic zones and numerous microclimates for high-value crops, Nepal can serve as a niche-based supplier of mountain and eco-friendly products. Besides that, we see enormous potential in our rich agro-biodiversity, traditional knowledge, and high-altitude crops and food systems that are both climate resilient and nutritionally rich. But to unlock this, we need targeted investment, technical cooperation, innovation, and access to advanced technologies such as AI and biotechnological research. Therefore, we call for stronger international collaboration, accessible finance, technology transfer and knowledge sharing to ensure that no country and no person is left behind in a collective journey towards better nutrition and development. We should promote South-South and North-South partnership. I also emphasize the critical role of international organizations like FAO and UNICEF and WHO in guiding solutions in this regard. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.